If you took anyone or anything that has a high public profile, then there's a way of selling off the rights for huge cash returns. And there are business experts ready to attach marketable names to products of all kinds. Fred, it seems like we're sitting in a great toy shop. Tell me, what are some of the names associated with merchandising or licensing?
Oh, Garfield, Snoopy, Wrestling, Thundercats, Thomas, Big Bird, all our friends.
Now, why do products need licensing? Why don't they stand up on their own?
Well, like any pop star or a famous artist, management is needed. There's always the creator who invents the idea, but right to Australia, there's someone tracking the quality, the product, the contract, and it's our job to make sure that that happens correctly in Australia.
Well, tell me locally here, how does licensing work from your point of view?
Well, initially we acquire the rights for the territory of Australia, then we head off to meet the manufacturers and the retailers, and we encourage them to place orders and feature this product in their advertising so that it ties in with events that are happening across the country.
Well, take names like the Beatles. People are saying they would have made so much more if they had been licensed properly.
Well, that's frightening. I know that Robert Holmes à Court sold their music for $50 million, so had of the merchandising been done, it would have been in the hundreds of millions.
Well, how do you actually select a product for licensing?
Well, I think we must be sure that it has a consumer need and there is quality behind the idea or entertainment. It could be a mixture of both. And then once we've selected the property that we think belongs in this country, we set about reviewing and researching with the consumer and then various key manufacturers such as the toy industry, greeting cards, clothing and books. And if we feel it then has all the makings, we head out to sell it to all those concerned.
Well, how big is the industry generally, say here in Australia first, then worldwide?
Well, in Australia, the business is well over $1,000 million, or in American terms, that's $1 billion. It divides into 3/3. A third of that is designer label, like the Pierre Cardins. A third is character licensing, such as Garfield. And the other third is sporting licensing, such as Adidas or Nike.
Big or small, they're all kids at heart, and I kind of like Garfield.
That's cute. Well, last week we did a story on King Kong staring down at Melbourne shoppers from the Hoyt Cinema Centre. It was the cause of a lot of amusement for parents and children staring up in amazement at the giant beast. But then suddenly Kong's enemies struck and the beast was gone. Ollie Martin continues the investigation.
Last week we were chasing a conspiracy to promote movies with larger-than-life displays to stop Melbourne shoppers. Now the whole caper has turned into a real mystery with poor old Kong just a mass of rubble and police chasing a firebug. It was during the peaceful early morning hours last week that Kong met the Vandal Destroyer. Almost like reenacting a movie script, a swift-footed firebug climbed the large trees, camouflaging the sleeping Kong, poured kerosene in strategic places, and within minutes, the mighty Kong display became history. Shane, last week this was a work of art. What is it now?
It's a disaster. It's a disaster, Ollie.
How do you feel?
Feel very angry. King Kong's been victimised in the 30s and now he's victimised again in the 80s. Some people just don't like big gorillas, I think.
It means we have to be very, very careful with the sort of thing that we do, as we were with this. Although it was a fairly horrendous fire, that the damage was restricted to the display. And we always take great care when we're building large-scale signs and displays that they are safe as far as the public's concerned. It wasn't too good for King Kong, but fortunately there wasn't much damage done to anything other than Kong himself in this instance.
Well, the police are involved. Are they chasing a firebug?
They certainly are. They've been questioning a few people, and hopefully someone will be brought to task over the matter, because it is a great shame. It's brought a lot of fun for a lot of people.
OK, well, what about Kong? Let's have a look at a preview.
Well, of course, he's still on the big screen, and here's a clip to tempt everyone to come along.
And so from the hand which supposedly held Fay Ray and Jessica Lang, Ollie Martin, Nightlife.